Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to The Burning Truth, episode number 2. It is my great privilege to be joined by the one in 301, the bad boy himself, Matthew Burns.
You won't be implying something, are you?
Somehow,
301?
Somehow, some way, he has made it on PWI's top 500.
Whoa. I have not been contacted by the PWI at all, so that could be me or somebody else. But in all fairness, I'll let you be the judge.
Yeah, if that is him, what the fuck were you thinking? But
I show me talents.
Show your talents. But as for the moment, I will call him the one in 301. It is the bad boy, Matthew Burns.
Oh, cheers for that, Nathan.
How are you doing? Are you alright?
Yes, not too bad. And yeah, by the way, I've only just recently got told about this supposed news.
Yes, which got met by a big mocking of me this morning when he came to meet me for a bit of morning coffee this morning. A bit of coffee, energy drink, and a quick chat over breakfast. And I got sent the link by one of our listeners who said, have a look at who Mr. 301 is. So I had a look, and then the ribbon hasn't stopped yet. So
yeah, what makes it so funny is the fact that you heard about it before I did.
Yeah, so that's Mr. 1 in 301. I am the ever competent Nathan Goff. I'm here as usual. You know, you can't get rid of me, even though you'd like to, but never mind. So this week, WWE has took over the UK.
Yes.
TNA has finally realised that they've got no television to put out in December. So we're going to be watching the best of TNA, which isn't going to feature anything in the last 5 years.
Ooh. Ouch.
Jim Ross will be announcing GFW and New Japan Pro Wrestling's pay-per-view. So you might hear, by God Almighty, once more. You know, which I can't wait for.
No, the one I'm going to miss is Steiner!
He's beating him like a gob of a mule. So that's some good news for wrestling fans.
But we'll probably get to hear the classic. He's stomping a mud hole and walking him dry.
Yeah, see, there's a lot of JR-isms that people don't realise, you know.
They're brilliant.
You know, it's a bit like a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. I want to know where that came from. Where did he's got more chance than a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest come from?
Do
you know, how does Zach Gowen feel about that? It's a good job he never said he'd join one of Zach Gowen's matches.
What about the new guy on TNA as well?
Oh, the Indian?
No, the one before him. Have you not seen the serviceman with one leg?
No. There is an army person. I was forgetting then. I know, because there's been an Indian signed as well. Now, the problem I've got with all these vigilantes that they're running, they might never get debut.
Good point.
As seen on TNA for 30 seconds. You know, Grado's been on TNA more than most of the roster have. Love you, Grado.
When you call his name.
Yeah. Best entrance music in the world.
That is so entertaining.
Yeah, you know, there's actually been some really good points this week. Chris Jericho has been wrestling a couple of dark matches.
He has.
For WWE, well, I say dark matches, I mean WWE UK live matches.
Yeah, the UK tour.
Yeah, he's been wrestling a couple of them while he's over here with Fozzy.
Yep.
What else happened? He was on the highlight week. No, he did. He did
Saturday.
the highlight reel.
Not Saturday, on
SmackDown,
yes.
Which was last night in the UK. SmackDown's going to Thursday nights.
Yeah.
NXT's going to Wednesdays.
Ooh.
How do you feel about that?
Quite shocked, especially since is WWE moving NXT to Wednesday because TNA's on Wednesday.
Which one would you rather watch?
NXT.
Kevin Steen or Samoa Joe?
I would have made my choice.
I have, and if it moved to Mondays, who would you rather watch? Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar.
Ooh.
There isn't a contest.
Well, you got one problem there with that euphemism. At least Bobby Lashley will actually be there.
There was an interesting...
You forgot that, didn't you?
Yeah, there was actually an interesting point made. It was a couple of weeks ago that when The Rock had the championship, everyone complained that he dialed it in via satellite
All the time.
Yeah, no.
But
Rock
he
actually defended the title. He was there for the Royal Rumble. He was there for the Elimination Chamber,
Every
and
pay-per-view.
he lost it at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Now, Brock Lesnar will have now missed 2 pay-per-views on the bounce.
Yeah.
Potentially 3 if he doesn't wrestle TLC. So then, he would have gone
Ooh.
3 pay-per-views without being seen. And John Cena's supposed to be the number 1 contender.
He's forever going to be that number 1 contender, isn't he?
Yeah. You know, that's almost like being the number 1 contender for the UFC title. You're going to have to wait 6 months. If I want
there you go. There's the link. That's probably what Brock's thinking, or it's in his contract. They have to do it UFC style.
You know, like, when Lesnar won the title, I thought it was going to bring more relevancy and prestige to the title.
Yeah.
Now, we haven't got a heavyweight championship, so all Lesnar's done has made the Intercontinental title more important than the heavyweight title.
It's done somebody else a favour.
Yeah, like, Dolph Ziggler looks like the most important person on the roster at the moment.
True. That's very, very, very true because the prestige is there. But this is time and time again. Sometimes it's good to have your champion all the time, but you don't want him there all the time because you don't want to get too boring.
Yeah, so they need to find that happy medium.
They need to find the happy medium because usually if the champ isn't there, the best thing you can do is normally find your number 1 contender.
Yeah, and as much as I love John Cena, I aren't ready for him to equal Ric Flair's record yet and say the champ is here.
Ooh.
And I'm John Cena's biggest fan, but I aren't
I was
ready
just about
for
to
this.
say, that coming from you?
Yeah, you know,
Ouch.
I love John Cena to pieces, but I'm not ready to see title reign 16 yet. I will be in the future, because someone should break it. Records are there to be broken.
True.
And he is this generation's, as much as people like to admit it, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. No, he is. He is, but the problem with it is he's also going almost down the same track as Hulk Hogan. But with Hogan, they managed to flip the switch.
Yeah.
At the right time.
Which I think they will do with Cena. Once someone comes in who can take over the cash cow spot of the business.
And also a lot of the wishes and whatnot.
Yeah.
The work, a lot of the workload. I'm pretty sure they will. But how many people are you going to find that are going to work harder than John Cena?
There will be someone who has to fill that void. Otherwise, you lot better be prepared to watch John Cena for another 15 years. And I know that pains a lot more people than it does me.
It's not the fact that he could be around here for a long, long time. But like we've always keep saying, there's got to be that next step.
However, I reckon he'll sell more merchandise if he turns heel than he has done while face.
All they've got to do is flip it.
Yeah. The kids will boo him, but the adults will love him.
Is that because you're hoping that if Cena turns heel, he goes old school?
No, I don't want to see rapper Cena. I want to see something new.
Yeah.
Something we haven't seen out of John Cena before. I don't want to see the chicken shit rapper heel gimmick again.
Ooh.
Yeah, I want to see something fresh. So it'll be interesting to see what he comes up with. But no, Raw was a little bit interesting, if not a little bit boring.
Yeah.
It had some interesting parts. It made Ryback look completely relevant again.
But it also
spent a whole 3 hours on Ryback.
Yeah. But also, bear in mind, the beginning of the situation is you had Ryback come out and it looked like Ryback turned heel.
Yeah.
I watched that with... When I saw that, I looked on in fear. I looked on in fear because I just thought, you've only just come back. You're getting the fans again.
It was a bit of a tease and bait, wasn't it? You know, because if you've got someone that dominant... However, can I just say, we've got 8 out of 8.
What?
On Survivor Series.
No.
We got 8 out of 10, I think. 8 out of 10
Oh,
ain't
yeah,
bad.
yeah, 8 out of 10. I can't complain there.
No, well, we don't know who the last 2 participants are, but if
one-
it's Ryback
one-
and Luke Harper, then
One on
it's...
each side.
Yeah. So, getting 8 out of 10 isn't bad, considering that they did the build-up in 1 week.
And in actual fact, we and I can actually say this with clarity, we didn't actually look up any rumours, spoilers, or whatever. We literally just did this from watching it ourselves.
And logic.
Well, surprisingly, WWE actually followed logic.
Yeah, for once.
And not WWE logic.
Yeah, he followed smart man logic. I reckon Vince McMahon's one of these listeners. God damn it, my name's Vince McMahon. Now kiss my ass, damn it. No, but it's been interesting. It was an interesting Raw. In parts, boring in other parts. Paige got a brilliant reaction.
Yeah.
Did you see the Paige fan section signs?
Come on. Of course. How could you miss him?
It was all a bit of a piss take on the Cesaro fan section. I quite liked it. It was
quite genius.
Yeah, it was fresh. It was fresh. It was nice to see. It was a 5-minute match. I would have wanted to see like 10 minutes, but I can deal with that. She picked up the win at home, which was our problem when we were doing the view for the podcast that shall not be named a couple of months ago when they were over here.
And she was champion.
Yeah, and she lost to Alicia Fox.
Yes. Irony.
Yeah, so in 6 months, the WWE has managed to be the most creative women's roster in the world and put Paige, both times she's been over here, against Alicia Fox.
WWE, you got a whole locker room of divas.
Yeah.
Use it.
Yeah, bring Charlotte up.
Phenomenal wrestler.
Actually, just bring Charlotte up and just do a triple threat every week. Charlotte, Paige, and Natalia.
But you don't want triple threats all the time because
I could watch that for 5-10 minutes each day.
It's entertaining, but it's sort of... It can only be done so many times.
Stick Summer in there so I can have something look up besides Paige, and I'd be a happy man.
You just have to them dance moves, aren't you?
Bon? Oh, talking about dance moves, where the hell is Fandango? You can't come over here and not let Fandango come out.
Why are you asking that? Is that because you have a certain rhyme in your head, a certain tune?
Yes. Why is he not over here? That would have actually got the best reaction of the night if they teased him for John Cena's team or the Authority.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't have to happen. Like they announced at the beginning of the night, Jack Swagger was going to be part of Team Cena, and Seth Rollins soon took care of that. So why not have Fandango part of Team Authority and have John Cena take care of that? At least he would have been on the TV set. Where I want Fandango.
Or he gets in Triple H's grill. I won't be on your team. And one of his boys deals with him all.
Yeah, Mark Henry throws him through the door or something.
Or he sort of declares it before facing Ryback.
Yeah. Do something. That song was made big because of the football fans over here.
It's genius.
Actually, at the Everton game. And they were in Liverpool, England.
It was genius.
So why not just give the fans what they wanted for just a little bit?
Even if it's just a teaser.
Yeah, it would have been nice. What else happened? So.
Oh, hang on. The only thing is I'm praying that he doesn't become the next so-called JTG. Goes missing. Months on end.
Yes.
Oh, years. Years. Someone calls him on WTV. Hi, you're fired next day.
He goes eyes out in JTG's locker room. It doesn't have phone signal. It doesn't have internet. It has unlimited food. Just don't post on Twitter, Fandango, whatever you do.
You know I'm on about it now, don't you?
If you post on Twitter, you'll get fired next day.
Oh, hang on. Wait, he's still a part of the roster?
Not now. P45 sent over.
Ooh, another interesting fact. And you might not know this one. Great Carly.
Yeah.
Have you not heard about it?
No.
Oh, I've actually got the scoop over you. Officially, WWE have released the Great Khali.
Have they?
Yes.
That surprises me.
Yes, they've released him.
Right. Because he was
He's
an
been-
ambassador role, wasn't he?
Yeah.
For India.
Which is... I thought that myself. But a lot of people have shown some delight in it because...
He was useless.
Yeah, in the ring, but... He's a giant of a man. And he's representing a part of, you know...
The most famous wrestler in India.
Yeah. Wrestler / police officer.
Yeah, 'cause... Now, I'm sorry. Now, either Indians must be really slow. Why would you have him as a police officer? You know, granted, for every normal step that you took, he takes 2. But if you're running, he can't run because he'd trip over his own feet. That is the most useless police officer in the world. Unless someone is really slow, like Mark Henry speed or something.
Or he's got somebody else to do the running round. He sort of leads him towards Khali, and Khali becomes the wall.
Yeah, and Khali just goes...
Chop!
Like that. It'd be like Hong Kong Fooey.
He takes the credit while the other guy catches his breath.
Yeah. But I can understand why they've released him, but it'll hurt them in the Indian market.
Yeah.
So, unless they've got plans to bring someone else in from the Indian market, then that might hurt them.
It might do, but they've got to think careful now.
Yeah. Like the next Indian superstar they bring in needs to be something special. Is Sanjay Dutt actually Indian?
He's meant. I believe he is. I believe. Oh, he should. I'm not 100% sure. I think he is.
Because if he
I think he's part Indian.
If he is, he's got to be worth a shout.
Maybe a good call. Good
Because
high flyer.
he can actually wrestle.
Yep.
He can speak all right, can't he?
Yeah, speaks fine. He's done many promos.
Brilliant. Well, that's who I'd look at replacing him. Either that or bring back Davari or Mohammed Hassan if you could.
Well, he
persuade.
wasn't.
No, but it was.
They were hinting it, but
Yeah.
he's not Indian.
No. It's an interesting one, like, because they need to branch out to all markets. Like, there's more British guys over there now. We've got a couple more South Africans over there.
We've got more British guys soon to be going over.
Yeah. So it is interesting, you know. We started off the show talking about PWI 500. Have a guess who was in the PWI top 50
Go on.
for the women? Have a guess who was number 1?
Paige.
Yeah. Have a guess who was number 2?
AJ Lee.
Yeah.
See a pattern here, folks.
And my good old friend, because I do enjoy reading Mark Madden's article. I say friend very loosely, because I don't know the person. You know, he seems a bit of a prick. But I do enjoy reading Mark Madden's articles. You know, he gets paid to write and rant about things that he watches. You know, so he talks about WWE. He talks smack about them. This is the person, folks, that was the ring announcer on WCW at its lowest point.
Oof.
And he's talking smack about the WWE's product where it is now. Now, this is at a time where none of the wrestlers wanted to be there. So, I don't know where he gets off talking crap about WWE Divas. He wrote an article, which you can find on WrestleZone.com. He wrote an article about TNA having the better female wrestlers. He called Paige bland and ordinary.
Ooh.
And he called AJ Lee too small.
What?
And he said, and I aren't joking here when I say this, that Velvet Sky would be a good addition to the women's wrestling in WWE. Now, I love Velvet Sky to pieces, as does Taz, as probably would Jerry Lawler. Now, I've watched Velvet Sky's matches.
Yep.
They are nowhere near as good as Natalya, Charlotte, AJ Lee,
Yep.
Paige,
Yep.
I'd say she's on par with Nikki and Brie Bella.
Ooh.
Now, he goes on to say that Charlotte is the best wrestler in WWE at the moment.
Female-wise.
Female-wise. Now, that's debatable because Natalia's there and Paige can wrestle if given the right
wrestle.
opportunity.
She can wrestle.
But I don't agree when Mark Madden says that Gail Kim and Velvet Sky would be better additions than some of the divas that they've got now. And the PWI backs it up. But if they were the better wrestlers, they'd be at the top of that list.
True. Also, bear this in mind, the one about Gail Kim, last time I checked, who found her first?
They found her first, but...
Don't you found her first? Then let her go.
Big fish, small pond, sticks out. Because I'll give her a dues where credit's due. She can work. But it's harder to connect to a bigger crowd.
I don't think it's the bigger crowd thing. I think the problem was they haven't got somebody for her to really go up against. Really.
They have now. I just disagree with Mark Madden when he says that TNA have got the better female roster.
Not necessarily, because does that include NXT as well?
Yeah.
Then I'm sorry, but they've got some good female wrestlers on NXT, and they have.
They've got some good female wrestlers in the main roster.
On the main roster, correct. But it's very hard. You can't say that. That's down to personal preference, really. That's what it is. Personal preference.
He says Brooke Adams has got the best body in the business for a woman. Now, that's probably debatable because if he's on about the best body, I'd stick Velvet Sky above Brooke Adams. But that's just personal preference. Cause
True. Because
she's hot. She dates a prick, but she's hot.
Because you always want to...
Let the pigeons loose. But...
What? You called her boyfriend...
He is a prick.
You do know who we're on about.
Chris Sabin. He does seem a bit of an arrogant prick.
Not really. Met him. I've actually met him.
He comes across like a...
Looks it, but he's not.
You know, but... Yeah. It's... As we were saying earlier, the best gimmicks are the ones that hit closest to home. And he pulls off the prick gimmick quite well.
So you actually think he is? Not every gimmick is close to home.
To play it well, it's... All good gimmicks are just a further extension of yourself. Ask Ric Flair. Ric Flair lives the Ric Flair lifestyle, even though he doesn't have to anymore. He's still jet flying, wheeler dealing. If you watch Celebrity Wife Swap...
Yes, I've already seen it. I already know about it. Yeah.
He lives...
The life.
The life. You know, when that man dies, that man will die happy.
On Space Mountain.
Yeah. You know, there will be a special slot reserved on Space Mountain going, the Nature Boy made it here.
Woo!
So that's that. But it's an interesting article, and then I sent you something from a match that we were talking about last week when we were on about really bad matches.
Not going there.
Which was
I'm not going there.
Which was one that Matt didn't want to admit there was a Hell in a Cell when we were recording. It was a cage surrounded by a Hell in a Cell. Is that better?
It still doesn't count.
I count it as a Hell in a Cell match.
It's not.
And Vince Russo actually admitted that this was 100% his idea and was shite. That's gonna hurt.
But
he did say, and I found this hilarious, they wanted to borrow canines from the police.
Right.
Like attack dogs, you know, that run the criminals down. Now, the police, understandably, wouldn't lend him 6 attack dogs.
Yeah.
So, WWE, being the WWE, thought, right, okay, since you won't give it us, we'll go out and find 6 attack dogs. So they put an ad in.
Well, attack dogs is putting it mildly.
Yeah, inverted brackets attack dogs. So they went out. They put an ad. They put an ad in local papers.
All they did is they looked up vicious dog, assumed that these dogs were going to be vicious, and they went.
No, they went to the local canine place where basically where people take the dogs to train to be like guard dogs and attack dogs, and they bought 6 pit bulls in for this match.
Yeah.
Now Vince Russo went to meet these dogs backstage,
Oh.
and he tentatively approached one, and do you know what this dog did?
What?
Didn't eat him alive. This dog proceeded to jump on him and lick him, followed by the other 5.
Hang on. Is this before...
This is before the match even went on air.
Oh, good lord.
Now,
Good lord.
if they've just jumped on you backstage and licked you,
They're not vicious.
they're not vicious. Now, perception being, you can try to make them vicious, but you had a chance to change it. You know, you could have changed that match to escape the cage and the cell.
And had lumberjacks.
Yeah. I'd 6 lumberjacks on the outside
6 big lumberjacks.
who hated both Al Snow and the Big Boss Man.
Yeah.
But no, instead you went for the most cuddly pit bulls you could find.
Oh.
That shit all the way around the ring.
And had sex.
Yeah, but
On camera.
yeah, but I just found
Briefly.
it hilarious that he actually owned up to that. And in all credit, Mr. Russo, I salute you for owning up to the biggest mistake in wrestling.
But bear this... Oh, no, that's not the biggest mistake. That's not the biggest mistake.
Speciality type it is.
No, it isn't.
You name a worse match speciality than that.
Triple K's involving David Arquette.
The match concept was good. The participants...
Yeah.
I'm on about match concepts.
Oh, no. You never stated that. The
Triple Cage was a good idea.
Good idea. David Arquette.
Hey, he got publicity.
For a film.
Which was actually a wrestling film, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Is that film any good? It must have been about 15 years since I've watched Rage Rumble.
It's not bad. It's better than WCW. At the time.
WCW was alright in its
And
prime.
bear this in mind, it's actually got a few
I know Goldberg's in it.
yeah, he is. And John Cena.
Really?
Yes. That's got your eyebrow raised, hasn't it?
Where's John Cena in it?
He's actually an extra in the background.
Oh, right.
There's a bit where he's in the gym.
Yeah.
He's literally training. You'll see him in the background.
All right, fair news. You know, so I might have to give that a watch tonight.
Small bit of trivia for you.
Yeah, a really small bit of trivia. So,
From out of nowhere.
yeah, so is there anything else that you want to add from Raw?
Raw.
Now that we've took a detour to the Mid-South and
Yeah.
we're bringing it back into the UK.
Raw. Okay, let's get back to Ryback.
Feed
Him
me
more. I've got to say, okay, it looked like he was joining the Authority, and then I saw something happen. Kane got hit, and then you saw him stewing, and dove into the ring. Now the real question is why would Kane be that angry to get involved in a match when he's meant to be just watching?
However, earlier on in the night...
Whoa, but...
just a point about Kane and Ryback.
Okay.
Earlier on in the night, Stephanie said that Ryback had the potential to be the most dominant monster in WWE. Did you see Kane's face on the camera afterwards?
Good point. Yeah, good point. He was angry. That's probably why. But Cena hit him, not Ryback. True?
Yes, but didn't he jump in the ring and hit Cena?
He just ran in there and hit Cena.
Precisely.
But why would he run in and hit Cena when there's a match on?
Okay, put yourself in a heel's shoes now.
True.
A face has just hit you on the outside. Do you A, chicken shit to the back because he's hit you?
No.
Or do you B, jump in and proceed to do a 2-on-1 beatdown?
No, C. Wait for the referee's back turn and then twat him.
Okay, but option C didn't happen, option B did.
Alright, but that's the old Matt. That's the old Matt, not me.
An interesting point about that main event, and this annoys me, like, this doesn't have any logic against it at all. Yeah, it always seems to happen. Now, every time we do a Survivor Series match, in recent memory, the teams go out, and usually the heel team proceeds to beat down on one member of the face team. and the faces don't come out together. They come out one by one with a 2-minute interval, like it's a Royal Rumble, to get the shit beat out of them. You know, why not just spice it up? You know, why not send them all down together?
Right, okay, I agree with you on that. But the way WWE did that actually helped out another player.
Yeah, Ryback.
It helped Ryback because when they did it one by one, and then eventually they were all going, we're looking strong. Ryback got in the ring and cleaned house.
Yeah, but why do they always go that way with it? Why can't they? You know, because say if it was the faces beating down the heels,
Yeah.
the heels would all come down together.
No, they wouldn't.
No, say it was the face.
Faces don't team up on heels.
No, but say
A face has got an advantage over a heel, 1-on-1.
Yeah, and he's about to win the match.
Yeah.
Now the heel team always runs out together.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about it now.
I've got him stumped here, folks. This is brilliant.
Wow. It's not always.
It is. You
Not
go
always.
back to have a look at any match in recent memory. I could probably think about 2 or 3 moments where
WWE
it
versus
hasn't
the
been.
Alliance.
Is that recent memory? That's over 10 years ago.
True.
I can only think of two, possibly 3 times where it hasn't been in that formula.
What?
One was when they used to do the bragging rights pay-per-view,
Yep.
where they all met each other outside, but that was a mixture of faces and heels on each team.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really count.
True.
And then I think it was on a Survivor Series match when DX ran out to take on Team RKO.
Oh, you mean the one where they cleaned house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in recent memories, every time they've done like a heel versus
Oh,
face team.
hang on. I've got one for you.
Go on.
Cena versus Nexus.
No, because you all came down one by one on the entrance music.
No, not during the match.
What?
I'm
No.
not-
When he
say-
introduced them and they ran in the ring, which is the part that you're on about,
Yeah.
they all came down as separates.
Not really.
They did, because they met at the bottom of the ramp. I want no.
They met at the ramp and they all entered the ring at the same time.
Yeah, I'll let you have that as a technicality, but I don't want them come out to separate music. I want them just to run out behind the curtain and...
Whoa. You've actually just touched on a pet peeve of mine.
Well,
Right there. If someone's going to come out, make a save, I know I've had to do it a few times. Why have we got to wait for the music? Wouldn't you just turn up?
yeah, you know, out of nowhere. You know, Randy Orton doesn't wait for his music cue before he hits the RKO.
Turn up, save the day, then play the music.
Yeah,
Not. Play music, late bill, run out.
But yeah, because you're playing your music, they've got a chance to turn around.
You got a chance.
It's only you, never mind.
or, right. What, it's 3 of us, 2 of them in the ring right now. Quickly kill them, wait for him running, and then we do a 3-on-1.
The worst person I've ever seen to do a run-in, because it takes 3 minutes for him to do a run-in, is The Undertaker.
He doesn't run.
No. And that,
No. Actually, he's the rule above the exception.
I know, but it's a 3-minute entrance.
No, his entrance is 3 minutes. But bear this in mind, when he's come to save the day, it's literally gong, lights out, in ring, done.
Half the time.
Most of the time.
I'd say 60%. But the odd time where he's come out to his entrance music, you've got time to get out the ring, nick someone's soda off them in the front row, drink it,
No.
and get away.
I thought you were on about if Undertaker was coming to save the day.
Yeah, but that's what I'm on about. Like, it's a time where Kane's getting beat up by Carly and...
He didn't do the slow walk then.
He did. I'll show you on Facebook. Not Facebook, YouTube.
I've got to see that.
So it was Carly and...
Did Carly have enough time to get over the ropes?
No. They stood in the ring and waited. It was like a 2-minute wait.
Oh.
But you got Carly and I think Big Daddy V beating down Kane or Batista.
What?
And Undertaker's music goes off. He comes out with the jacket, the hat on, and he makes a slow walk to the ring.
to save the day.
In which time, both of them could have hit the finishers, climbed over the top rope, climbed the barricade, and been halfway to the car.
Or actually in the car.
Yeah.
But because he's talking Carly speed.
But Carly and Undertaker speed isn't much difference. However, Undertaker does have a holy shit, I need to move moment with his...
Whoa. You're thinking exactly what I was thinking then.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, there was that one time where, we know Undertaker can move.
Yeah.
For his entrance.
Yeah, but he does have that holy shit, and then he has the holy fucking shit, I really do need to get there quite quick. Gong. Black. Gong.
No, that's not what I'm on about.
No, I have seen him run a couple of times.
Oh, no. Have you ever seen the one where he actually enters? It's an actual entrance. Look it up. It was for an Elimination Chamber match. You know I'm going with this, don't you?
Where he got set on fire.
Oh, I could not believe that.
That was quite... Yeah.
I watched that and I was like, take it? Fast running? For his entrance?
Yeah. Undertaker only has, like, 2 interruption speeds.
Yeah.
One is the gong, where, because it's always on SmackDown when he does it,
Yep.
it's pre-recorded, and it still takes him about a minute.
And with Raw, they can sort of do it on Raw, but you have to be on the stage. It has to be pre-planned. So it has to be early.
Yeah.
Early on. Right? Or when the lights are down.
Yeah.
You have to plan it out carefully on live. But even so, I'll never ever forget that. Because I'm watching it. What makes it so weird is you don't actually see him get set alight on the actual WWE camera view. It's through a fan cam. You see how bad he got set ablaze. What makes it so weird is you just saw this flying go up through some smoke. Him quick run. Dive in, quick, get me water. He's literally doused himself in water. And you're looking at him thinking, why is he doing that? What's going on there? And then I found out the following day from a fan cam, you actually see him just go up in flames.
But it's an interesting one, because that's a pet peeve of mine. The music, the slow walk. Mark Henry's is one of the worst ones as well. Cue Mark Henry's music, and his running is like a jog. It still takes about 20-25 seconds to get to the ring.
Are you on about when he came to make the save for Big Show?
Yeah.
And you can see on his face, you see Big Show's face, you can almost literally, where are you, Mark? Where are you?
But it's a pet peeve of mine, that is. But it's also funny at the same time, because if a wrestler can't move as quick, the run-ins are pretty, pointless. They'd be better without the music, because by the time the fans have realised, they're probably halfway down the ramp, they could run the rest of the way.
Yeah. When they turned up.
Yeah.
Or, why don't they have the guy go, aha, I've defeated him, get out the ring, go towards the entrance, then have Mark Henry come out.
Like Shawn Michaels used to do with Randy Orton.
Correct.
Super kick him straight out the curtain.
Almost from out of nowhere.
Yeah. But it's an interesting one. Have you had a chance to think about your favourite finishers, which was a question that you sent out last week?
I already had mine.
Go on.
Mine, it's an old school finisher. Very simple. I think it's effective, but nowadays it gets used as a common move.
However, if it's one that I think of, I know people that use it.
As a finisher?
Yes.
Yep. Would you like me to announce it, or would you?
No, you can announce it.
It would have to be Jake the Snake Roberts DDT.
And that's been used by Maurice.
Yep.
Now Paige. Paige does a rampage.
Variation.
Yeah. And Dean Ambrose.
Double armed.
Yeah, which was Mick Foley's.
Yep. Yeah, but even so, I think a DDT, it is an effective move.
Yeah, it's a nice move. But, like all good things, it was made by accident.
It was made by accident. But the funny thing about it is, everyone always asks, what does DDT stand for? And people have actually asked Jake the Snake Roberts, walked up to him and gone, what does it mean? His answer, the end. Literally, he just declares it the end. But in actual fact, if you actually look it up, DDT, it's actually a poison.
Yeah.
A form of poison. So which
Fits in with the snake gimmick.
Yeah.
Mine, and this might surprise a few people, is something called the Gallic gun.
Ooh. Which version?
I know Billy Gunn used to use one.
The Gallic gun.
He picks them up in like a front...
Gunslinger.
Oh, yeah.
Gunslinger.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
That is an awesome move to watch.
Seriously?
Yeah.
One of my old finishes?
I didn't know you used to use it, but
Yeah.
It's a nice...
Yeah.
It's a nice move to watch.
Yeah, I used to use my own version of it, so I called it the Burnout.
But it's nice to watch, and it looks like
awesome.
a finisher. Because my problem with finishers today is they're used as common moves elsewhere. You know, back in the days of wrestling...
If I'm honest with you, I know exactly which move you're on about. First time I saw this move, and I mean, I saw it... it used to be used as a finisher. It was also known as catatonic on TNA.
Right, which is...
the same move.
Yeah.
Same move. It used to be Chris... I believe it was Chris Harris. Used to
Yes.
use it. Yeah. Yeah. As soon as I saw that, I thought, yeah, match finish. Then, eventually, someone else started using it, and it was like...
See,
really?
if someone uses that move for the finish, other wrestlers shouldn't use it without the wrestler's permission.
Yeah.
Because certain moves are reserved for finishing moves only. The DDT is an exception to the rule. Like, you don't see people running around doing an F5 as a normal move.
It's a finish.
Or an angle slam as a normal move.
Yes, you do. Yes, we have.
Who uses it?
Randy Orton used it.
Okay. Randy Orton used it to piss Kurt Angle
Oh,
off.
of course.
Which was highly documented.
It's a massive... It can either be taken as disrespectful.
Yeah.
It's an insult.
But a finishing move should be what it implies. Something that looks powerful enough to finish people off.
Yeah.
Now, this is my big bugbear with the indies.
Oh.
Now, people use, like Matt Morgan's elevator. People use that in the indies, and 3 seconds later, both of them are standing back up.
Yeah.
Whereas in the main, like, and I hate saying it like this, but in the main leagues,
Mainstream.
yeah, in the mainstream wrestling, people use that move, and you ain't moving.
You ain't getting up.
No, bit like a power bomb. If Batista power bombs you, you're not getting up.
Yeah.
But say, let's go for an example. AJ Styles power bombs Jay Lethal.
Yep.
They're both getting back up.
They both... It's sort of different in that sense with the powerbomb because, bear this in mind, look at Batista.
I know, but...
He's a hulking beast. A powerbomb is an effective move. They shouldn't be going up quick to the feet.
No.
They shouldn't be going quick up to the feet.
Hulk Hogan finished the match with a leg drop, and I hated that. A leg drop should not be a finisher.
Well, bear this in mind, we have seen a finish with an elbow drop.
But he also did use the rock bottom to go with it.
True.
The Rock had a combination finisher, which I don't mind. A combination finisher is fine. Like Shawn Michaels had a top rope elbow drop followed by the super kick.
Yeah. Sweet.
There we go. The super kick. Now, we're meant to believe when Shawn Michaels hits you with the super kick, that's match over. When Dolph Ziggler hits a super kick, 9 times out of 10 people kick out.
And I can go on the record saying right now, if a super kick hits you, you're out.
Yeah.
No, really, you're out because I've been super kicked and been knocked out during a match. During a Rumble match.
It pissed me off in the early TNA years, back when TNA was watchable. Michael Shane, which is Shawn Michaels' nephew?
Cousin. I think it's cousin.
Yeah, it's cousin or nephew. It's one of the two. Michael Shane used to use the super kick.
I'll bear this in mind. Look at the name. He's added the word Michael.
Yeah,
deliberately in homage.
yeah. Now, when Michael Shane hit the super kick, everyone kicked out. That's like spitting in the face of the legend.
It is. It definitely is. A super kick is super. It's a foot to the jaw.
You know, it's a bit like the tombstone. I've watched indie matches where people kick out of tombstone pile drivers. Imagine how pissed off the Undertaker must be.
Seeing that. Definitely. Definitely. How many people have you seen kick out to Jerry Lawler's finisher?
The pile driver. It's like a spit in the face towards these people.
And it is. But with some moves, time goes on, as they say. But there are certain moves, you've got to have boundaries. Think logically.
In a last man standing match, I can understand you moving away from these moves and getting back up. That's
Slowly.
fine. Yeah. But in normal matches, people have used these finishers and reduced them on the people they're kicking out of them by 2 in the next week to win the match the week before. It beggars belief. You know, Billy Gunn used to win a match with the Fame-Arser. Dolph Ziggler can only just about get a 2 count.
Yep. And if I recall, he also used to use the what was it? $1 Million Dream Slipper Slam.
Yeah, which was called the one and only.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, Finger started using it. Teddy DiBiase Jr.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden that got died out.
But he won matches with it.
Yeah, he did, but then it suddenly died out, and then he had to modify it.
Yeah.
It was sort of, really? Why? It beggars belief.
That is my bugbear with indie wrestling. Is everything has to be bang 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 spot fest.
Doesn't need to be.
We've been spoilt as wrestling fans.
You could say that, yeah.
You know, I don't want to watch a spot fest. I want to watch a nicely put together matchup. You watch The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. You tell me how many big moves were used in that match.
Near the end. But then again, they can get away with that with them.
Yeah, but in the build-up, they
didn't need to.
A half an hour match.
They didn't need to.
No. Like, you didn't see him using... Like, you didn't see Shawn Michaels go for a pedigree and for Undertaker kick out at the count of 2. Or The Undertaker go for...
Choke slam.
Well, he went for a choke slam and then he went for a tombstone. But you didn't see Undertaker go for example, a spear or something like that.
Or a stunner.
Yeah. It was...
Yeah, it's that category. You just don't.
So, if you can build a match, then... Good matches are built up on in-ring psychology and nice pacing.
Correct.
Not how many moves can I cram into a 10-minute match.
Oh. And I'll say this now from experience. I've seen people try to do that. I'm looking, I'm like, really? Why?
Sometimes people could...
Oh, no. But actually, to quote somebody, a certain person with glasses, manager...
Jim Cornette?
Yeah. He used the coin of phrase because I remember him, he mentioned about going to a show where a match is going really bad and the booker go on the mic and declare we have 2 minutes left. Right?
Yeah.
Basically, if wrestlers heard that on a show, what should they be doing?
Wrapping it up.
Wrapping it up. What did they do?
Went over.
Nope. They literally decided to continue on with their stuff because all the stuff that they planned in the back, everything, because they had to get this. I'm trying to use this quote without swearing. Oh wait, I can't. It's impossible. He literally stated because they had to get the shit in. Because as they declared it, because they had to get the stuff in. Of course, but the point being is this: why did they have to do that? Because they wanted to make themselves look amazing. They want to look super phenomenal. Okay, you just done all that stuff. What are you gonna do next week?
No, and that's the problem with wrestling today. people want to cram in. It's a bit like watching Cirque du Soleil. Like, people are trying to do 5,000 different moves, and it's like a spot fest. I watch wrestling because I enjoy the art of wrestling. You know, Grado doesn't do 5,000 moves.
Doesn't need to.
He doesn't need to. He gets over because his personality, and he's got a simple moveset.
Oh, come on, it's Grado.
But works.
It's Grado.
Yeah. The most over wrestlers are the ones that don't overcomplicate things.
I can't add anything to that.
Steve, and I'll back this up, the most over wrestlers in the last 30 years aren't the ones with 6,000 moves.
What?
Apart from CM Punk. CM Punk and Daniel Bryan are the two men that are exception to that rule of recent memory. And Bret Hart and further memory. But, and Shawn Michaels if you're going in the middle. But, there's a couple of exceptions. Steve Austin had about 10 moves.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan had about 10 moves.
Yeah.
Dave Batista.
10 moves.
Ultimate Warrior, I've said, Anta.
No. Yeah.
No.
10.
Ultimate Warrior. So that's there. So there's another one.
Kevin
Ryback.
Nash. Kevin Nash.
Kevin
Ryback.
Nash.
Goldberg. Actually, with Goldberg, it was less than 5. It was less than 10.
Yeah. Sting. Sting hasn't got a.
Doesn't need it. You don't need 10,000 moves.
John Cena. Everyone says John Cena's got 5 moves to do. He can do more than 5 moves, but doesn't need to.
Doesn't need to. As much as you can turn around and say, he's got 5 moves of doom, but you still pay to watch it.
Yeah. People have refunds because they came to watch John Cena wrestle. Now, Daniel Bryan's the exception to that, but on the indie circuit, he used to use a load of moves. But now, limited moveset and a simple...
back.
Yeah, and a very simple catchphrase.
Yeah.
And he's over. Undertaker hasn't got a load of moveset, like a big moveset. Rikishi didn't have a big moveset.
Doesn't need it.
The Godfather didn't have a big moveset.
Road Dogg.
No. All these people, like, your answer back to him may go, but yet they were bigger than people like Dean Malenko, Bret Hart, and people like that.
True, but bear this in mind, even though Dean Malenko was the man of 1,000 holes, you didn't see all 1,000 holes in one match, did you?
No. It's just simple things that make wrestling so much easier to watch.
It does. Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Good example.
Like what WWE does and does well is they don't allow the fans to see 10,000 moves in a night.
You don't need to.
No, they do the basics. But like, I can think of plenty of times when John Cena's had matches of the night.
Yeah.
And John Cena's moveset is fairly...
It looks limited, but
yeah.
I can go on record right now and say, if you look at some of his early days and early times when he was learning, he can wrestle.
Yeah. Believe it or not, Hulk Hogan could do an Inzaguri.
Not many people know that. And also, Hulk Hogan's finisher wasn't always the leg drop.
No.
And in Japan, I believe they used the X Bomber, which was a clothesline.
Yeah.
It
just
begs
one
to
of
differ.
them, yeah.
It begs to differ.
Yeah.
Everyone can say, I like moves, but then answer me there. When we've done all them moves in front of you, doing the same moves, week in, week out, you're going to get bored of them.
Yeah. And if people enjoyed them that much, the people doing them moves would be the heavyweight champion, not a cruiserweight champion or an X Division champion. The heavyweight champions are the ones that have got a moveset but entice the crowd to cheer for him. You know, they don't have to do 1,000 move and go, this is awesome. Or, holy shit. You know, the best matches, they're not saying holy shit to a wrestler. They're not chanting holy shit because you're brilliant each week. They're chanting holy shit because you nearly killed yourself.
A good example of this would be a certain Hell in a Cell match. Mick Foley.
Yeah.
When you watched that match, everyone thought, Oh, that was amazing. And then when you went to watch that next Hell in a Cell match, I got a bet for you. You were disappointed, weren't you? Hang on, it depends. Was Mick Foley in the next one after that?
I think he faced Triple H.
Then again, my mistake. One after that.
However, do you know why Mick Foley did that?
Yeah.
Why?
They needed sort of... You had to keep the bar high.
No. Mick Foley wanted his Hell in a Cell with The Undertaker to be better than Shawn Michaels' match.
Yeah.
Now, Shawn Michaels...
Then Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker, I would take it.
Yeah, which was the first one. Now, Shawn Michaels had set the bar really high because he used a cage like people hadn't seen before.
Yeah. And the announce table.
Yeah. Now, Mick Foley wasn't going to be able to hold on to the underside of the cage and do a moonsault or crap like that.
No.
So, Mick Foley did what Mick Foley knew how to do best.
Yeah.
Which was sacrifice his body.
No kidding. Did he sacrifice his body?
Like, people don't...
Give Mick Foley the credit. He literally put himself... He caused physical harm on his body to entertain us. And that's why he's on... Because that's why he's in my top 10.
Yeah.
Personally. Because he went above and beyond. But bear this in mind, folks. Mick Foley didn't have a massive move repertoire. You knew what it was. It was vicious. His moves were still shock and awe.
But, like, people that do, like, these 450 splashes, all it takes is for one misrotation and your career's done for.
Or you're ending somebody else's career.
Yeah.
One or the other.
You know, and people don't go home and go, do you remember that wrestler that did this? They just remember the move.
Yeah. Straight away. If I said to you, shooting star press, who do you think of?
Billy Kidman.
Billy Kidman. Billy Kidman, Evan Bourne. Anybody else? Nope. 450.
The first person I saw do the 450 was, I think it was Mark Miro.
And yet he wasn't the first one. I think it was either Hayabusa or Justin Thunder Liger.
Yeah.
Was the
But
first one.
I think I saw Mark Miro, but Mark Miro also did the shooting star press, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he did. I'm not 100%
Yeah.
sure. But even so, one move gone wrong. One move. All it takes.
And surprisingly, we're at an hour mark already.
Wow. And unfortunately, we haven't even done the full review of WWE.
No.
Shall we continue?
That is surprising. I do apologise, folks. This seems like it's been a very topical episode of The Burning Truth so far. Like catching up on subjects.
It is. It is. But I believe that we've done Raw. We've got SmackDown. We've got the whole Bray Wyatt thing, haven't we?
Yeah. I'll let you talk about that because I haven't had a chance to watch
Have you
SmackDown.
not?
Well, I had to be at work for 8 o'clock this morning, so
right.
public transport is wank where we are.
Interesting. It was interesting. Because they had Bray Wyatt in the ring.
Right.
He beat Sin Cara, then grabbed the mic, literally called out, mentioning his father. Does he still call out for you? Are you still calling out for him? And whatnot. And then Dean Ambrose comes down, offing and puffing, and Bray Wyatt literally got out the ring and sort of went, "You're so predictable. All I have to do is push your buttons and you come out here running." He's playing that psychological game brilliantly.
Oh, one point we missed out from Raw.
What?
Luke Harper.
Ooh.
Chucking Dolph Ziggler to the authority in
Yeah.
the back, and with the words of, I'm a team player.
Yep. But I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
But back on.
It seems like the White family disbanded now.
Yeah, they've gone their own separate ways. But it's interesting. But back onto SmackDown.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding it. I thought to myself, they're gonna keep teasing this. Then Bray Wyatt literally got in the ring with Dean Ambrose.
But he ran away, didn't he?
What?
He did run, didn't
Oh
he?
no, he let Dean sock him one
Did he?
first.
Oh, right.
he let Dean get a punch in, and then he left. You see, he just literally says, you're not someone who's unhinged. You're just a little boy crying out. That's all you are, Dean. That's all you are.
And he's probably one of the best people on the market at the
I'm not
moment.
kidding you. It sent chills down my back. And then, come after me. Follow the lead, follow the leader.
Follow the buzzards.
Of course. And then Dean goes in the back, gets his interview on, and I'm not kidding you, he comes out of nowhere. Bray Wyatt throws a box into him, starts beating him up, and then hits Sister Abigail into a concrete wall.
Nice.
It looks as vicious, and he literally just says, once they label you, blah blah blah, and they'll continue in the box. Nothing like that box, but the next one will be yours and permanently in the ground. He set that tone, which is so eerie. I mean, eerie.
It'll be interesting to see what sort of match they have, because the feud will go longer than Survivor Series.
Oh, definitely. Then we've got the whole Chris Jericho retaining.
Yeah, but it's only a one-off thing, isn't it?
It was sort of like a one-off thing, just to sort of help get the Authority heat, who, quite surprisingly at first, looked like, we do it all for you, blah 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 blah. And then Triple H sort of declares, well, if we're not here, who's going to run WWE? Jericho then chips in, I could run it. As a joke. But then declares, but in reality, the best people to run WWE will be the WWE Universe.
Yeah.
They were the best ones.
Which actually brings us on to a point that I wanted to talk about. Like, we'll do a proper review of SmackDown at a different point.
Yeah.
But this brings us on nicely to something I want to talk about to wrap up.
If you just give us 2 minutes, well, I'll just do a quick wrap up, because there is a good point I want to bring up on SmackDown. A very good point.
Go on.
Right. I'll make this the final point for SmackDown, and we'll get to the rest later. Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah. I'd match of the night, didn't he?
Oh, no kidding. No kidding, I watched it. I watched that in awe. And the best thing about it is, who was in it? I've seen it. Do you know who was in it?
Cesaro and Tyson Kidd.
It was phenomenal. We got a sharpshooter and crossface. A double suplex. And not in the way you're thinking.
The German.
No. Cesaro, suplex,
oh, right.
Tyson Kidd, and Dolph Ziggler.
Nice.
And then we had, quite literally, a superplex from Cesaro on Thingy, but before he does it, Thingy literally jumps over Dolph.
Yeah.
Spins over and sunset powerbomb Cesaro, who's also got Ziggler in the superplex.
Right.
A modified Tower of Doom.
Nice.
It was absolutely phenomenal, and I mean that in the lightest way. And what a way Ziggler hit a zigzag on Cesaro.
Which was?
Cesaro's what's against the ropes, ducks a line, literally head scissors. Instead of throwing him, lands back on his feet, straight into it.
Nice.
Literally like that. But it was elimination. You need to see it. You need to see the match. It was brilliant.
I'll download that later on.
Absolutely brilliant. And you can see it on. You can see that on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll have a look for that on YouTube then.
It's phenomenal. It's worth a watch. 100% worth a watch. But all in all, Bennery, let's get back to your subject.
Yeah, so Matt made an interesting point about who runs the powers that be. Now, if you're listening to this podcast, you probably know that companies have bookers that write the storylines.
I'm not saying this. I'm not vouching for this.
People like Vince Russo, which is why Vince Russo gets like a mention. So you got people like Vince Russo. Jim Cornette had a brief spell as a
he has been booked, yeah.
Yeah.
In OVW.
And in TNA.
TNA, a bit of TNA, ROH.
Yeah. So you've got Vince Russo, Jim Ross has done it as well for a little bit. Dusty Rhodes, the King does it at Memphis.
Yep.
Vince McMahon is known as the best booker of all time.
And
Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman have also been bookers as well.
Yeah.
And Stephanie McMahon's been head writer of SmackDown.
Yeah.
Now, I had an interesting conversation, which actually brought this up, was how wrestling companies, not mainstream, but independently, book their shows. Now, a lot of backstage politicking goes on, or politics. And it varies, and it's... I was on about how wrestling should be done, and how it's actually done to this person.
Two different stories.
Yeah, and it's really quite annoying when the champions are booked on favouritism. Some of the times. Not all the times, but some of the times you get a push because you're a favourite. Now, if you're getting a push, you should get a push because the fans like you.
Or you've earned it.
Or you've earned it. Now, the fans should have the last say. If the fans are cheering and popping for you, then, or booing you, and I mean like literally not X-Packet, but good heat, where they're booing you for like cheating or for whatever you're doing.
For doing dirty tactics.
Yeah, then that means that you're over with the fans if you're getting cheered or booed. So therefore, you should get a push towards that. Now, the titles, or the imaginary brass rings, as CM Punk calls them, should be given to people who are high up in the company, who get cheered for or who have earned them.
It's not getting cheered or whatever. What you're trying to say is people who are getting the reaction that they are aiming for.
Yeah, because your champions ultimately have to sell your show. And then, like, the rest of the wrestlers will be booked around the main attractions. Like, if you want to put butts in the seat, you look at the people that are going to attract the fans there.
True. You could say that, but some of the WCW booking argued that because you had the cruiserweights who sort of had the main guys who pulled in, but you also had some of the technical stuff that made them stay.
What was the highest rated episode in WCW history?
Highest rated?
Yes.
Can't remember.
When Goldberg beat Hulk Hogan.
You're about Hulk Hogan. It was the highest rated, but a lot of people stated that should have been done on pay-per-view.
Yes, but it was done on TV, and because Goldberg was so over, that segment worked.
Yeah.
Now, would that segment worked if Goldberg wasn't over?
No. Doubt it.
Okay, so that's why they were able to put butts in the seat as him as champion. An example where a champion isn't over with the fans, but got a title shot because of his hard work, is The Miz.
You could say that, yeah.
And to make Miz look strong, they put him in the ring with a 63-year-old man who later had a heart attack after.
Ouch.
For the world title.
Ouch.
That was their way of making The Miz look strong in the run-up to John Cena.
It didn't.
No, and The Miz retained the title because of The Rock.
He didn't look strong at all.
But
which people could argue that's either Miz's fault or WWE's fault.
Hmm.
Personally, from my own experience, I'd say that was poor booking.
Yeah, okay, so when Jeff Hardy signed for TNA, was Jeff Hardy the most over person on the roster?
Oh, solid.
Did he get the title because of it?
You got titles. You got title shots.
Yeah, and he got the title.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, because he was the most over. When Daniel Bryan...
Yeah, well, not quite, because he sort of switched.
Yeah, but he switched after he won the title.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
so
fine.
Yeah.
So he had it for a little bit. Daniel Bryan, when he actually got his chance at the title run...
Oh, yes. Before you're about the fact that when WWE booking realised, we're going to have Batista win the Rumble, and the fans rejected it.
Yeah. So Daniel Bryan got the title because that's what the fans wanted.
Yep.
So when people put the people that don't want to be champions as champions, they're not going to enjoy it, and that's what upsets me about the politics and the fact that other people get the title shots or the higher positions in the company when they're probably not the best suited for them.
It varies from company to company because not all bookers are like
No, but there is a small majority of bookers where they are.
You're gonna get that, but then again, you've also got to play on the opposite side. It might not necessarily be the booker themselves who's sort of twisting it, because you can sometimes get wrestlers sucking up to an ecstatic amount to get what they want, and vice versa. It's in wrestling, and this is for me. There is politics there, but hard work and dedication also shows through. It does. It does show through.
But it should show there from the beginning.
Each to their own. It depends on from person to person on how they see it.
Like, if you're working hard to get over and to get that connection with the fans, like Zack Ryder did, and it took Zack Ryder a hell of a lot to get his title shot, but he should have had it sooner, and he should have kept it for longer.
True.
But he didn't, which is a shame. But that's where that subject will probably end.
But to be honest with you, you can't always give what the fans want.
No, but if the heels hated,
true, you've got to give them on a roller coaster ride.
Yeah, if the heels hated though as well,
they've got to be hated.
Yeah, like on Monday Night Raw, they're not going to give Tyson Kidd the world title and go, "Here you go, kid, run with that."
Oh. Not at me.
No. So you need work up to it, but wrestling should be built more on hard work and connections than more who you know and how much bitching you can do or.
It varies. I'm not saying if I've seen it or not. It varies. It varies from company to company. It does. You know, of course, there's always going to be politicking, but then again, you get politicking everywhere.
Yeah.
In life.
And that varies. Anyway, that's going to be enough for this week's episode.
I believe so.
Again, we've run over for the second week in a row.
I'm expecting this to be a continuous thing.
Yeah, so how can we contact you?
How to contact me? You can contact me at Matt Burns UK on Facebook. You can contact me on Twitter as Matt the Bad Boy Burns on Twitter.
Matt Bad Boy 301 Burns.
Not 301. Matt Bad Boy Burns on Twitter. You got me email, which is mattburns04@hotmail.com, or you can literally check up on me on matt-burns.co.uk.
And you can find me on Facebook under Nathan Goff, and I'm also on the Burning Truth Facebook page answering anyone's questions who's got them for us.
But we can actually officially announce that we've actually got a outlook for the Burning Truth.
Yeah.
Which is theburningtruth@outlook.com.
Yeah, and you can email us anything you want on there, and we'll be happy to answer it. So from me, Nathan Goff.
Wow. Before we go, I'm going to make this has got to be a regular thing. I believe that we need to ask a question. Have you got any questions you want to ask?
No.
No. How about this one? There's been many tag teams and whatnot. Can you name any rare, obscure tag teams of any top that some people might consider that will either have one top wrestler from either TNA or WWE that you didn't realise was a part of the tag team?
Are you saying obscure tag teams that have won tag team titles?
No. I mean, a tag team that's had a future heavyweight champion.
So like the Hardy Boys?
Sort of. The Hardy Boys would count, but they were more of a mainstream. But they were sort of obscure. They were pushed mainly as the main tag team. They were sort of adjacent.
Okay, so for example, take it mean like Edge and Christian,
A little bit.
the Hardys, the APA.
APA. But I'll name you mine now. AJ Styles.
Right?
WCW. Teamed up with Air Paris.
Okay.
I think it was Air Raid, the tag team was called.
Which is fair enough. So you search that, and if you let us know on one of the three formats, the best answers we'll put out on air next week.
Yep.
And I've already said bye from me.
And I believe, this has been Nathan Goth, Matt Burns,
Mr. 301 Matt Burns.
Mr. 301 Matt Burns, as my colleague keeps declaring, which I'm not actually officially saying. I am Mr. 301. This has been The Burning Truth. Thanks for listening, and please check your local wrestling.
And be safe.